Hey y'all, welcome back to the NFL Quick Talk podcast. Today's going to be a bonus episode, a little extra something for y'all, and it's going to be ranking all 32 NFL team logos. Hope y'all can catch on real quick as we go through a couple of these. Let's get right into it. And going from 32nd to first, starting with the worst logos, going all the way up to the best, we have the 32nd worst logo, the Chicago Bears. The Bears logo is just a C. There's nothing that represents a bear. There's nothing that represents the city. I don't really see where that comes in. Then we have this was really a coin flip here between this team and between the Bears and this team, but it's the Cleveland Browns logo. It's just a helmet. Like everyone's got a logo with on like the helmet. Like why you got to have a helmet on the helmet? Like whatever. I guess they're just gonna go. They're just gonna roll with that. I mean, their team is just a color after all. I mean, what are you gonna do? Maybe you could at least get the color right and not make it orange, make it brown. But anyway, moving on. We have the New York Giants logo. I mean, there's a billion pro teams in New York. I'm not sure. You're just stamping on the letters NY and just calling it a day. I mean, you've been around for a while. I mean, could we maybe do something that's a little bit more creative and shows that you're a giant, not like anywhere else in New York? I mean, they got what, like 20 teams, pro teams in New York? Anyway, I digress. Then going on, 29th team, we have the Packers. I don't really like the oval looking shaped ones. I think it's a little bit laziness. I mean, but they haven't really changed it that much since the team actually got started, so I give them props for that. But really, I mean, this logo is just a big old like letter G, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Sticking with that theme, the 28th ranked team that I have is the 49ers. I like how the S layers over the F, but really that's all there is that has like something to it. I mean, at least you can know where they're from. At least you can see, oh, SF San Francisco. But anyway, we have that, but then we have the Bengals, which is just a orange B with 3 black stripes through it. I don't see where we get the Bengal in there. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be like their color scheme or whatever. But there's nothing really that screams it from just a casual, not me personally, but just from a casual outsider looking at this logo. I'm not sure that you could pick out Bengal if you gave them 5 tries, 10 tries. I don't think they're going to be able to see that. Moving on to 26, we have the Washington Commanders. There is literally nothing that indicates Commanders or Washington by this logo except for the color scheme. To be honest, they could have been ranked a little lower, but I decided to stick with them here because it's relatively new. I kind of like how the edges of the W jag out toward the side, just like a stylistic perspective standpoint. Anyway, next we have the Indianapolis Colts, and their logo looks like they had a contest to see who could draw a horseshoe in 5 minutes or less without any creativeness or stylistic perspective. And I mean, it's a horseshoe. I mean, there's nothing really else to say about it. And next we have the Chargers. I have some friends that really like this logo, but it's just a yellow rainbow. Let's face it. It looks like a rainbow with a couple jagged edges. I mean, the Charger. If you're stuck designing a logo for a team called the Chargers, I get it. It's going to be hard, but nonetheless, they get 24th. 23rd on the list is the New York Jets. Looks like a football. Then you got a football inside of it. I low-key actually like that. Then you have the full name in there. I don't think we get the full name of any team in any logo. It says New York Jets inside the oval. I actually kind of like that. But they get 23rd because I don't see anything else that screams that it was really stylistically standing out from everyone else. Anyway, we have the Dallas Cowboys next at 22. Let's be honest, it's just a star. They're only getting this ranking based off of their name brand and how well they've branded themselves. I give them props for it. They have branded themselves America's team extremely well. Everyone knows the logo when they look at it. Um, I really applaud them for that. But having your logo just be a star is only going to get you so far. Anyway, moving on, we have the new Los Angeles Rams logo. I'm not a huge fan of it. You got like a wave because they're out on the coast because it's LA, but you also bring back what they had in the old logo where you have the ram horn curling, and I don't think those two things necessarily go together, but they did it anyway. But I digress. All right, moving on. We got top 20 teams now. We have the New England Patriots up here. I would hate to be stuck drawing a logo of a Patriot. That seems rather hard. I'm not a huge fan of the face in the middle, but they did the best they could. I like the colors. Anyway, moving on, we have the Saints. I had to look this up because I did not know what it was, but it is a flower. But I mean, for a flower, that's a really sick looking design. I really like that design. Anyway, moving on, we got the 18th ranked team. We have the Chiefs. If it was just the letters K and C, they would be ranked a lot lower. But I do like the fact that they married the Arrowhead Stadium. They named their stadium Arrowhead, and they inside encasing the K and C letters, we have the outline of an actual arrowhead, which is really good. I like that stylistic perspective there. Moving on, we have the Steelers. I had to look up the colors inside the logo. I mean, it's very unique. There's no other team that has their logo like this. Very married to the city. I like that because here's apparently what the three colors mean. The yellow on the top. So sorry for those who are listening only on audio. The Steelers logo. You have three diamonds: yellow, red, and blue, and then the Steelers name right inside. Inside the circle. Anyway, so you have the yellow diamond being representing coal, red representing iron ore, and blue representing steel. Very much married to the city of Pittsburgh, who is very known for their steel mills, but not creative enough with just the design to go any higher. Then you have the Dolphins. I really like the color scheme. The dolphin in the center, pretty classic. You have the sun because down in Miami, you get a lot of sun down there. Anyway, moving on, we have the Houston Texans. They did the best they could. I mean, it's certainly not a Texan, but anyway, it looks super cool. Just the way they have it with the bowl. All right, next up we have the 14th ranked team, top 15 teams now. Sorry, I forgot to mention that before the Texans. But we have the Atlanta Falcons. I like the how they married their color scheme in there. And if you look at it, it's the letter F for Falcons. You have the beak going out, and then you have the claws being the short, and you have the letter F when you look at it from a stylistic standpoint. I really like that. That shows a uniqueness. I really do. Moving on, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. You have the little pirate thing in there with the word Raiders on the top, and it's based more on like a shield. I really like how they stylistically came up with that. At 12, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, it's a bird. It's kind of plain, but they did enough to make them earn this spot. They could go down a couple of spots, but this is where I had them. Anyway, then we have another bird after that. We have the Baltimore Ravens. Only difference between them and the Cardinals is that they put a B in their name, in their in their head for the Baltimore. I really like that. That's nice. Entering the top 10 teams now. We have the Lions. I really do like this logo. I think it's underappreciated. With the lion coming out of its stance there. I really like how they designed this logo. It looks really awesome. Then you have the Jaguars at number 9. The blue tongue doesn't really suit me, but other than that, this is super detailed. I really like it a lot, especially those canine teeth coming out. It really stresses Jaguar. Going in now, these are some of my favorites. These are some of the best logos in the National Football League. At number 8, we have the Philadelphia Eagles logo. Just looks a lot scarier than the Cardinals logo, I guess, is what I'm going to say about this one. And it looks it looks really cool. It looks really intimidating. Good stylistic perspective there because Philly's really aggressive. Next, we have the Denver Broncos. Love the mane, loving how that's orange, and loving the details like the eyes looking down, and that looks awesome too. Then we have the Carolina Panthers logo, an aggressive cat here. You got the team's color scheme in there. It's looking ready to pounce. It looks really cool. Now we entering our top 5 logos here. We have at number 5 the Seattle Seahawks logo. Really like how the beak is curved down. Looks a little bit like the state of Washington. You look at it. It looks really cool. And for that, they get number 5. At number 4, the Tennessee Titans. Really like how the color scheme works here. You got the T for Titan, but you also got like flames coming out. You got the blue starting out, then you got the red. Like how an actual fire works, the hottest part is down at the bottom where it's blue, and then it comes out and it becomes more red. I really like that. That's really good creativity there. I really like that. Going into our top 3. At third, we have the Buffalo Bills. Not sure what they were doing with this red laser coming out of their eyes, but I mean, I really do. I'm sure it's not a laser, but I really like it. It fits well with the blue. Start contrasting the blue and the red together. It's leaping forward. It looks awesome on paper. And that's what they're supposed to. And at number 2, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the flag on the sword, and you got the skull and crossbones with a football in the middle of the skull and crossbones on the flag. It's awesome. It looks really cool, and I would have put it first if not for the number 1 team. I have the Minnesota Vikings logo. This Norse dude with the helmet. He's got the braids going. He's braided his beard down, his mustache down. I mean, it's a Viking. You know who this team is when you're looking at them. That's the Vikings. This isn't a big ol' M for Minnesota or a big ol' V for the Vikings. This is a actual Viking. I love this. This is awesome. And this is awarded the number 1 best logo in the National Football League. Thank you all for staying through to the end. We got all the 32 teams in there, all ranked. So please like and subscribe. The video means a whole ton. And I'll be taking a couple days off here, getting some stuff ready for the next video. But this is a bonus video for the channel, and thank y'all for watching. Anyway, we will catch y'all on the flip side.